you are required to push a load on a rough surface or a smooth plane surface, which one do you prefer? Of course, you will prefer later. Why is it so? Because it is easy to push the load on smooth plane surface than on rough surface. Let's perform an activity. Put a book on table and give a gentle push to it. What do you observe? Repeat the same but in opposite direction. Does book stops this time also? You will observe that when book is pushed gently, it moves forward in direction of applied force and stops after some distance. If same is repeated in opposite direction, again the book moves in the direction of applied force and stops after some distance. Is there some kind of force that opposes the motion of load and book on the surface? Yes, the force is friction force. The friction force always acts in the direction opposite to the applied force. If force is applied in left direction, friction force acts in right direction and vice versa. This is the force which enables us to walk on ground. If there is less friction, such as when water is spread on floor, it becomes very difficult to walk. You might have seen your friends slipping and falling on the wet ground. This is because of less friction due to water between the shoes and the surface. Since this force involves contact between the force exerting body and the body on which action is happening, therefore, this is a contact force. Having understood the idea of friction force, let's now understand on which factor it depends. Nature of the surface. Smooth surface offer less friction, while rough surface offers greater friction. Let's perform an activity to understand this. If you are still not clear, let's perform another activity. Why do a surface offer friction? Well, surface always have irregularities. Even if surface is looking smooth, still it have irregularities. These irregularities lock into each other. If the applied force is sufficient to overcome the interlocking, then the object start moving, giving rise to friction. However, if it is insufficient, then object won't move. The second dependency is the extent to which surfaces are pressed upon each other. Displacing a weighted object is difficult as compared to empty object, isn't it? Recently, you have learned that friction is caused due to interlocking of irregularities in the two surfaces. If the surfaces are strongly pressed over each other, like in case of loaded box, the extent of interlocking should be higher and thus friction has to be higher. You might have noticed that force needed to start moving an object from rest is greater than force required to keep it moving. It is because at rest, the irregularities between surfaces are well locked, and to break such locking, higher force is needed. However, Once the body starts moving, it does not get enough time to set up lock between irregularities. And therefore, less force is needed to keep object moving. Based on this fact, we can classify friction in two types: static friction and sliding friction. Static friction is the measure of force required to overcome friction at the instant an object starts moving from rest. On the other hand, sliding friction is the force required to keep the object moving with the same speed. Obviously, static friction is higher than the sliding friction. I hope you understood this topic well. Thanks for watching.